It's about fat loss part two. In the last one, I talked about how you can accurately work out how many calories you're actually burning off and how many you need to reduce it by in order to lose body fat. Today, we're going to talk about why obsessing about calorie counting is a stupid idea, and being too fixated about it is actually it's fine if you want to lose weight and that's you don't care about your health and you just want to look like a stick insect in jeans. But obviously, like I said before, I'm more interested in health and vitality, and so the issues around calorie counting and fixating on that are, number one, that you stop looking at the nutritional content of food and you start fixating on the calorie content of it. So you go, oh, this must be good, 0 calories, full of aspartame and sulfame and all the stuff, all that shite. But no, you still eat that because it's got 0 calories as opposed to something that's got 36 but is nutritionally more dense. The next thing is that you start neglecting healthy fats because fat has got so many calories in it, God forbid. But of course, our myelin sheathing, our organs, our skeletal system, all covered in fat. It tends to be quite an important factor in our diet. Things like avocado, coconut, extra virgin olive oil, fish oil, all essential to your diet. So you strip those out, and because heck knows you don't want to consume excessive fats because of the calorie content. Think of them more, I would say, as energy dense food, and kind of shelve the word fat because it's got such negative connotations. The next one is that you start completely forgetting about the calorie cost of digestion. So certain foods, for example, protein, increases thermogenesis. So basically your body is increasing heat and energy expenditure just to digest food. So you might consume, whatever amount of calories of protein, but actually the amount that you actually absorb is going to be less because the digestive system is actually increasing the burn of calories. Restricting calories, this is a controversial one, but quite frankly, I've seen it often enough. So restricting calories over a course of time is going to have a damaging effect on your metabolism. Once again, going back to James Smith, I know that he completely negates that, says it's not true. A good analogy, though, is think of your car when it's a frozen cold day and you come up to the traffic lights and the engine is kind of like, and it's revving up because that automatic choke is out. And then as soon as it realizes actually we've come to a stop, it just goes and it slows right down. Well, that is your metabolism. And I've seen enough clients, so I don't care what he has to say about it. I've seen enough clients who've gone on these crazy ass diets and who have damaged their thyroid function or have got a lowered metabolism because your body just gets used to the low threshold. So it just hovers at that lower rate and you need foods to boost that. So once again, it's called the law of the law of metabolic compensation. The law of metabolic compensation. So your body is adjusting to the requirements demanded of it. And my final one is, you tend to overeat low-fat foods. And, you look at those and they tend to be, have all sorts of either chemical additives or sugar or this or that. And what tends to happen is that can raise the spectre of insulin resistance or cortisol resistance. So those are some simple things that, you can start to look at. So look at nutrient density rather than fixating about calories. One thing that you'll find, and this is a shout out to, my friend Mike Marler, he was, saying when you do choose nutrient-dense foods that aren't putting an impact on the liver and on the kidneys and the body's detoxification, you feel fuller for longer. So when you eat, it might be a calorifically dense meal, but you'll find that you're fuller for longer. And then over the net period, you're not eating as much because you're not having these massive crashes in blood sugar. Your cortisol levels aren't going up and then they're being brought down by insulin and blah, blah, blah. And it goes backwards and forwards on the cortisol insulin seesaw. So that's why I would say, yes, work out how many calories you need to consume a day. Yes, have that as your kind of your set point so that you know where you need to be. But don't fixate about it. It's just part of the toolkit and it's not the only part of the toolkit. It's, like I said before, you don't want to be the carpenter who only comes to work with a hammer. You need a whole load of other things. And spanners are one of them. Okay, so I'm going to put another post up, which is going to be the A to G of health and nutrition and how you can start structuring your plate. So you can start looking at it and going, right, does this even make sense? Is what's on my plate, a healthy, balanced diet? And what the hell is a healthy, balanced diet? So stay tuned for part 3.